everyone's favorite curious little monkey, has his own show this weekend at Clearwater's own Ruth Eckerd Hall.
But he's paying us a visit here inside Studio 10 first, and he's brought along his best friend in the whole world, the man in the yellow hat. And we are welcoming them into our studio today. How's it going, George and Man in the Yellow Hat?
We're doing great. How are you doing?
The curious stranger. Now, have you had a little too much coffee, Man in the Yellow Hat?
Oh, no.
I don't too much coffee.
We don't drink any coffee.
You don't.
They're just naturally energetic.
Naturally perky and vivacious. So are you excited about being here in the Bay Area, Man in the Yellow Hat?
We're really excited to be here and to see all the Curious George fans.
Now, I heard a rumor that you guys are taking over Italy in a meatball eating contest?
Well, George accidentally mails himself to Italy, and all of our friends from N Avenue have to go and try to find George. It's a really fun time. It's a big adventure.
Now, George mails himself to Italy. Is he frequently mailing himself places he shouldn't be?
He doesn't frequently do it, thank goodness, because the shipping charges would be insane.
Yeah.
But
well, how many stalks of bananas will it take to get from here to Italy? How many do you think, George? 5? 10? 10 stalks of bananas. So that's a stalk every, 500 miles or so.
So for people who come out to see the show that you guys are putting on, what can they expect to experience?
Well, Curious George Live is a big, brand new Broadway-style musical starring my best buddy, Curious George. And there's lots of singing and lots of dancing, and it's a lot of fun. Really good time for the whole entire family.
Now, this is a stage show now, obviously, but of course, Curious George and Man in the Yellow Hat, you really got your start in books, isn't that correct?
Yep, Curious George has had his own books, his own TV show, his own movies, and now his first musical.
How did you meet Curious George?
Well, George found me in the jungle, and one thing led to another. He came back to the city with me.
Well, now, Man in the Yellow Hat, what were you doing in the jungle? Were you lost?
No, I was exploring. This is my exploring outfit.
He's an explorer by trade.
Yep.
All right. Not to be confused with the other African explorer, Groucho Marx. Or
Right.
Captain Spaulding, right? Anyway.
Anyway.
Hey, so you're going to do a little number for us, right, Curious George?
Oh, yeah.
All right, now before we get to that, though, I wanted to give you both, perhaps, a little Curious George quiz.
Oh, okay.
All right, I want to see.
Curious George wants
no
to cheat.
peeking, George.
No peeking. Curious George is one literate monkey.
He's very curious.
Okay, now see if you can spot the Curious George story that we made up, okay?
Okay.
Okay, there's the original Curious George, of course. That's a given. Curious George flies a kite. Is it Curious George flies a kite? Curious George learns the alphabet? Curious George goes to the hospital? Or Curious George and the high voltage fence? Which one is the fake one?
I think we're going to go with the high voltage fence.
Because no little monkey should ever have to take on a high voltage fence.
I stole that from the Letterman show. Classic routine.
Hey, before we have a performance from the Man in the Yellow Hat and Curious George, we want to let you know that you can win vouchers to go and see Curious George live. I know, how exciting is this? All you have to do is go to studio10.tv, keyword contest to enter, and make sure you realize these are not tickets, they're vouchers, so you're going to want to take them to Ruth Eckerd Hall and trade them in for your tickets. And the shows are coming up this weekend. We're going to give you all the information that you need to be a part of the fun. Saturday at 11 and 3, and then Sunday at 1 and 5, you can be a part of the fun with Curious George, the Man in the Yellow Hat, and all of their friends as they take a trip to Italy. Go to rutheckerdhall.com to learn more. You can also call 727-791-7400. And that brings us to our Win Stuff word today, which is banana. Banana is our Studio 10 Win Stuff word of the day, and your chance to win fabulous prizes just by watching this show, and it's easy to play.
Go to your computer to studio10.tv, click on the Win Stuff link down at the bottom, and start typing. Today you type in the word banana. Then you'll earn points you can use to win some big prizes and become a fan and a friend of Studio 10 right there on Facebook, right there from our homepage.
Just log on to studio10.tv every single day for your chance to win all kinds of stuff.
Now, coming up next, if any of your loved ones needs a little extra care, Bon Secours St. Petersburg may be able to provide the assistance they need. We're going to tell you all about that when Studio 10 returns. But first, ladies and gentlemen, it's Curious George. Take us there, George.
You like to help your friends. You lend a friendly hand. You try and understand what everybody else is feeling. And though at times you see the world from a different point of view, anybody'd be lucky to have a buddy like you. A buddy, companion, compadre or chum. I can't think of a better thing to grow up to become. If only everyone would open up their hearts, such kindness off the charts. Just think, could you imagine? I know that when I feel alone, that all I have to do is remember I'm so lucky, so wonderfully lucky. I know I'm so lucky to have a buddy. A buddy like you. Aw, come here, George. Good job. Oh, thanks.